I was hired to clean foreclosed homes. What I found in the hidden room made me quit my job and call the FBI. The listing described it as light cleaning and inventory of foreclosed properties, perfect for a broke college student, part $25 an hour, flexible schedule, work alone. After 3 months of emptying forgotten closets and photographing abandoned living rooms, I'd seen it all, or so I thought. The Victorian on Maple Street looked like any other foreclosure from the outside: paired overgrown yard, peeling paint, that unmistakable emptiness. The bank's notes mentioned the owner had disappeared overnight after falling behind on payments. I unlocked the front door and stepped into the musty darkness. Standard procedure: open windows, document each room, bag any personal items for storage, note needed repairs. The first floor was eerily clean, no forgotten furniture, no mail piled up, not even dust. Just empty rooms with faded rectangles on the walls where pictures once hung. The basement door was the first red flag: 3 deadbolts all locked from the outside. In 6 months I'd never seen that in a residential home. Probably just paranoid about flooding, I told myself, using the master key to unlock each bolt. The basement lights didn't work, and using my phone flashlight I navigated down creaking wooden stairs. The concrete floor below was spotless, too clean compared to the rest of the house. In the corner stood a metal filing cabinet with a combination lock. Technically I wasn't supposed to force anything open, but something felt wrong. Entering a screwdriver from my kit, I managed to pry it open. Inside were dozens of manila folders, each labeled with a woman's name and what looked like tracking numbers. The top folder contained photographs, peer surveillance style shots of a young woman entering her apartment, shopping at a grocery store, waiting at a bus stop. Attached was a detailed schedule of her movements, her workplace, even when she was typically alone. My hands started shaking as I opened the second folder: sand format, different woman, and the third, and the fourth. That's when I noticed the wall behind the cabinet didn't match the foundation. The concrete looked newer, slightly different in color. I shouldn't have investigated further, protocol said, to call my supervisor for anything suspicious, but curiosity pushed me forward. I pressed against the wall, and a section moved slightly, a false wall recently constructed. Behind it was a small room with a chair bolted to the floor, restraints attached to the arms. A camera tripod stood in the corner. The walls were soundproofed. I ran upstairs so fast I fell twice, scraping my knees bloody on the wooden steps. Datsy light, I called 911 with trembling fingers, then my supervisor, then quit on the spot. The FBI arrived within the hour. They found evidence linking the homeowner to 3 missing persons cases across state lines. The tracking numbers in the files matched dates when women had disappeared from neighboring counties. They told me the room had never been used, and they believed my unexpected arrival at the house had interrupted whatever was being planned. The owner had fled when the bank started foreclosure proceedings, abandoning his horrific project. I still clean houses to pay for college, but only for families I know personally, and I never ever work alone. Sometimes I wonder about that master key, how many other foreclosed homes hide secrets behind locked doors, and how many cleaners like me have stumbled upon nightmares disguised as ordinary houses, only to follow protocol and walk away.